Well, welcome, and thank you for joining us here on Beach Variety Leadership at the Beach. Today, we're joined by Madison Morgan and Anthony Torres, President and Ambassador of the Producers Club here at Cal State Long Beach. So Madison, or Maddie, right? I can call you Maddie? I'm not sure if I can.
I think she might have disconnected.
Oh, is it something I said? Well, hopefully she'll join us back again. But Anthony, I got you here. Now you're the ambassador, right, of the Producers Club here at Cal State Long Beach. All right, so I'll interrogate Maddie when she comes back. But as far as you, my friend, can you tell our audience what is the Producers Club?
What is the Producers Club? Oh, actually, she just said her internet died. So the Producers Club is a collaborative between students in all the departments. So we want to help teach students stuff that they would normally learn on a film set, get them hands-on experience. It's definitely a collaboration for the whole FEA department, and we hope to have it transcend past department to like other departments like music, art, English, anything like that.
Wow, so you want to integrate not just what is going on in your particular field, you want to broaden,
yeah,
right? That's really cool. All right, well then can you tell us, so what events occur in the Producers Club? What kind of events?
Oh, Matt is back. So some of our events, so we have a variety of guest speakers. We actually just ended with one, an old CSU alum, Nick Hayes. He sells gear for productions and all that. And then, so far we've just been holding workshops. I think Maddie can probably answer that a little bit better.
Okay, well then, Maddie, I'm glad you came back just in time. So can you elaborate? We talked a little bit about what the Producers Club is, but what are some of the events and stuff that you guys do?
Yeah, so we try to have workshops that relate to production in some way. So we've had a budgeting workshop so far. We're planning to do a mock casting call in the future. We've also done some things of scheduling, and we even had a previous workshop where we collabed with AFPA, which is the Animators Club. We also try to bring in a bunch of guest speakers all the time. So we've had somebody who worked on previs for The Mandalorian. We just had a guest speaker like 30 minutes ago, and he was talking about gear rentals and remote production. And then in the future, we're planning to get some people who worked with animation and a producer, and then people who worked for different companies. So our goal is to just kind of allow students to gain more experience, either of hands-on activities or by talking to professionals and asking them questions.
I mean, that is just so huge because there's so much, as you both know, there's so much that happens behind the scenes. So to be able to give students like this broad perspective, yay you. Can I just make it a quick observation, by the way? Maddie, you're the president, right?
Yes.
I'm so glad there's a female president somewhere. So yay. All right, now when we come back, we hear about the inspiration for, as well as future plans for, Producers Club. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. So wanted to know what inspired, and Maddie, I'll start with you. What inspired the creation of the Producers Club?
Well, Since more or less semester, me and Anthony, we got to know each other in our production management course. And we started talking about how there's not really an outlet right now for producers, but also for like collaborations between the clubs. And so then Anthony started coming up with the idea for the Producers Club and reached out to me later on this semester about me being the president for it. And so then from there, we've been working together to get the club off the ground and to figure out what events we can do in it to better help the students.
So, Anthony, this was your idea then to integrate it. You were mentioning earlier how it's not just talking amongst yourselves, it's trying to integrate it into all the different parts of the campus. Can you tell me a little bit about that idea, how that works?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just back up a little bit. So at my last school, the film department was kind of like, it had some flaws. And so when I got accepted in Long Beach, I thought, okay, no matter what, I'm going to make sure that I do whatever's best for the department, like try to integrate everybody, because it, not just anything. There's so many aspects that go into film that just say like, oh, you're in the film department, that's all there is. Like, no, there's like art, there's music, there's English, there's makeup, there's theater, and so I really wanted to like try and combine all of that, and so that's kind of what I'm bringing to the Producers Club. I want to basically, start in the film department and then later like branch out to the art department, to the theater department, and bring them in, like, because we need actors, we need people who like design the backgrounds and stuff like that. And, and then there's the music. So, there's always a score in a movie. Like, I mean, imagine a movie with no music, it's just be quiet. So, and then, so that's what I hope to do with the club, to kind of bring together all these so many aspects of it, and then just have it all work as a unit.
What I love about what you're doing, both of you, but Anthony, especially what you've experienced, like so many of us, hopefully, will look at something and go, hey, this isn't right, or I can make it better. And then you guys brainstormed and found ways to make it even better. And I also love, Anthony, what you're saying, because I think most people don't realize how integrated this business really has to be. It's not an isolated event. Even though you got to be an expert in what you do, you have to be able to communicate and integrate all of these different aspects of not only production, but life. It all feeds your art. So I love that. So Madison, back to you. What guests would you like to have in the future?
We're hoping to get more producers to come in, maybe some producers for some big name movies. Like we were able to get someone who worked for Previs for The Mandalorian, so that was really cool. But bringing in some people who've worked on some really big projects. We're hoping in the future to also kind of bring in people from other points of the industry, so like casting directors, UPMs, ADs. Just like everybody who's involved, and some like talent, because we do also want to get like actors' perspectives and how we can make the experience better for them as well. So we're just trying to bring in people from all over the industry.
I think that's so powerful. And do you feel like these experts that again, this is back to your philosophy of a broad spectrum, right? This all feeds into the entity of producing a film or a TV show. So I think that sounds perfect. One quick question I have for both of you is, I think coming to the idea of producers, most people don't know what a producer does. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
So most people think, oh, producer, that's just somebody who's going to throw money at a project. But that's not exactly true. So Maddie, let me start with you. What would you say to that?
Oh yeah, producers, they kind of do a little bit of everything. They're the people who kind of get the project off the ground, so they'll be working with the screenwriters and making sure that they have the rights. They're the people who bring together the crew, so they're the ones who find the director and every casting directors, and they're the ones who make sure that everyone gets paid and that everything's on schedule, and that they're the ones who make sure that everyone's like having a reasonably good time, that everyone's happy. Like, it's a 12-hour day, so you're not going to be happy all the time, but that everybody is taken care of. They're the people who basically like run the show. You would not be able to have anything if you don't have a producer. They're the people who do all the behind the scenes work. A producer's had their hands on it somewhere.
And like you said, making sure people get paid, that's a big deal.
Yes.
Anthony, would you say it's like having like a parent? You're the grown up in the room.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like that. And some of my friends said that I'm kind of like a dad figure. So being a producer, I feel like you try to get everyone to work together. It's like, hey, like I need this, and then sometimes you'll put on different hats. So you'll like, you'll be the producer, but then you'll kind of like take over as director, or you'll like be a PA for something. It's as a producer, you kind of go through the whole system. You're like a little bit of everything. I think that's why it's important to like kind of learn everything, because you never know what you're going to end up doing.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say, that this is why this is so important, what you guys are bringing to the table now, because you got to wear, as Anthony just said, so many different things. So when we come back, we're going to discuss difficulties running Producers Club. I heard it was easy, but no, I think there might be some difficulties, especially in a remote environment. So stay with us.
Need us the thinking, and I do that.
So some other questions. And Anthony, since you're a little nervous, I'm going to loosen you up with this.
All right.
Are there any difficulties running a club to this extent remotely?
I mean, time-wise, it's like kind of hard to find the right time to get everyone together. We want to like respect everybody's schedules and all that, but not too much, because it's actually a little easier to like meet at one place. Like I could be on my phone and listening in on the conversation, but also like working somewhere. But yeah, I know. I don't. It's like it evens out, kind of. Yeah.
And so to your point, Maddie, Anthony just said it evens out, but I'm assuming the part that's missing is the social interaction of just being face to face. Is that true?
Completely. I think one of the hardest things is just marketing in a way, because we aren't face to face. We can't just like talk about it or mention it. We have to rely on social media, on Discord, on like our digital flyers being shared. But one way we kind of try to help with that face to face is after our club meetings, we do an after party where we just keep the Zoom open for as long as people want, and we just like chat and chill. And it can be about film, or it can be about something like completely different. And we'll normally do like a little like activity or whatever during it. So that's how we've been trying to compensate for the fact that we can't really have that social interaction in person.
Right. All right. Well, so hopefully things are changing. Hopefully everyone's going to get vaccinated. And then here we go in the summer and the fall. Are there any, Maddie, let me start with you. Are there any events or plans for when school continues, quote unquote, normally?
Yeah, so one of our big things that we want to do once we're allowed to do in-person productions is actually work as a team and produce student films. So we're going to be working with screenwriters in the club, but also the screenwriting club, and just going through different scripts, picking out shorts, and then eventually we want to work our way up to producing a feature film. And it probably would take place in the summer, like a big giant workshop, where we'd produce a feature film and actually go through the entire process of fundraising it, doing the pre-production and then the production, post-production, and send it off to festivals, hopefully.
I think that'd be exciting. Anthony, is there anything in particular you're looking forward to regarding the club when things get back to normal?
I mean, just getting to know people. Like, I'm a little shy sometimes, but once I get to know people, it's like I kind of become, really fun to hang out with. And I like hanging out with people, I like meeting new people, no matter how nerve-wracking it is. And so, I've made some friends through Discord and through the classes, but, I would love to meet them in person and hang out with them and just collaborate on something. Yeah.
Well, I would love to meet you guys in person. So when you get your big film project together, I want to come interview you in person as we talk through it. All right.
We'd love that.
I would love it too. So, all right. So that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank our very special guests, Maddie Morgan and Anthony Torres, for joining us. Anthony and Maddie, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So thanks for watching Beach Variety, Leadership at the Beach. I'm Jefferson Denham.